You know, I think we're starting to realize as we hit 2022 as a whole, no matter what road you take, whether it's the path less traveled or the path that everybody travels, there's education that's needed in order to get where you need. And, you know, sometimes we forget not only that we need that education no matter what path we take, but it needs to be provided and be available for all that are taking those paths.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. And it has to be customized sometimes. I mean, there is education and things that don't have to be connected to things that you're interested in. And then there is educations or things or pathways that need to have a direct connection to something that a young person is really interested in so they can grasp it. Not everyone, not everyone learns the same. Not everyone processes the same. So we really are promoting and hoping that people are thinking about being open and thinking about customizing things to, how children and other young learners are, needed, provided.
Hello and welcome to Day 8 of the 12 Days of Education presented by the Rockingham County Education Foundation. I'm Joe Dexter, glad to have you along as we get you some great giveaways these 12 days and also promote the initiatives of the Rockingham County Education Foundation that help our young students, our teachers, and administrators in our school system. And also with your support, we can continue to provide these things. And we're so thankful for the support thus far. Just $2,500 away from our goal of $10,000 thanks to your kind support, and you can help us by texting EDUCATE to 24365. That's EDUCATE to 24365. We have a great show for you today. Laura Carter, the principal of Rockingham County High School, will join us to talk about the many myriad of education and how it impacts our students and our community. That coming up in just a bit, but let's remind you why we are here. The Carolina College Advising Corps aims to help low-income first-generation and underrepresented NC high school students attend a college that will serve them well by placing a recent UNC graduate as college advisors in public schools throughout the state. And we felt the local impact here since 2014, with more than 2,000 students reporting submitting at least one college application, and more than $30 million in scholarships have been offered to seniors since 2013. That's a $450 return for every $1 invested in the program because of access to one-on-one personal help from a near-peer advisor who just walked their path and knows the obstacles to getting into college. Take a look at the numbers from last academic year, where College Advising Corps helped reach 90% of Rockingham County High School seniors and helped them secure $8 million, that's 8 with an M, million, in offered scholarships. Other great initiatives that we are raising funds for: Trails K-12, which advances equity in the outdoors, starting with students through a system-wide model of change by building access to natural learning spaces in the backyards of their own schools, and empowers teachers and students to use those spaces. The goal for Trails K-12 in this ambitious initiative is to offer creative, innovative, and effective outdoor learning spaces to every public school in Rockingham County by the end of 2024. And Trails K-12 is a movement to get kids outside at its core in the backyards of our own schools in their natural spaces for structured and unstructured time. Both are vital to nurturing creative thinking and development in the whole child, in the whole community. Let's take a look at some of our giveaways that we have, including our Trails giveaway. We're offering donors a chance to send their favorite teacher's class on a field trip to remember right in our own backyard on the beautiful trails of Rockingham County. On day 10, we'll be drawing for a trip to Big Beaver Island Creek, sponsored by Rockingham County Education Foundation Board of Directors. On day 11, a field trip to the beautiful Madison River Park, sponsored by Chris Bass Engineering in the town of Madison. And on day 12, a Great Falls field trip to Matrimony Creek and Mayo River State Park, sponsored by Tri-State Steel. We also have some other great giveaways, such as this beautiful 1-carat diamond and gold bracelet valued at $1,200 from Arthur's Jewelry in Reedsville. Thank you to Arthur's for their wonderful donation and for their continued support of the Rockingham County Education Foundation. You want to put that diamond on your wrist? Well, there's more than one diamond. There's several diamonds. All you got to do is text EDUCATE to 24365. That's EDUCATE to 24365 to enter our giveaways. One giveaway every single day during the 12 days of education. Today, this beautiful Sunday, we'll be giving away a $100 gift card to Biscuitville. And don't forget about our grand prize, a weekend stay in the lovely oceanfront Holt Condo on Caswell Beach. You don't get better than that. You can enter by texting EDUCATE to 24365. That's EDUCATE to 24365. As we welcome in our guest, Laura Carter, the principal of Rockingham County High School. Laura, how are you doing today? Good to see you.
Thank you, Mr. Dexter. Doing very well, and it's a pleasure to be here this evening.
It's nice to meet you and learn a little bit about your history through education and your path. One thing that I like to say, and that we've said during the 12 days of education, no one path is the same. No one path has to be the same. And there's a beautiful thing about education is you can weave your way and follow your way.
Absolutely. My path in education has been one of non-tradition, and I'm sure you've probably heard that a lot in speaking with different people. One of the things, with our college advising corp and our college advisors, although the focus is on college, I think it is especially important to include those things in other avenues that might include the workforce, military, vocational training.
Absolutely. And that's the beautiful thing, right, is what I like about life. I like a lot of things about life, but one of the big things that I love is that one day you might be doing this. The next day, that path, because you chose that, will lead you in the direction that you need to go to an ultimate spectrum that you end up in. I think your stories pretty much shows that can happen, right? I mean, not naturally planning to be a principal, I'm assuming, and I know that you were a dispatcher at one time.
Yes, sir, that's correct. Actually, right after out of high school, I did not go to college. I went into the workforce, so I've been through a lot of these avenues to get to where I am today. I went into the workforce, and during that time, it was primarily textiles that was very prominent in this area. While being in textiles, I did go to the community college, took courses there, but always knew that I wanted to advance my education. I went to work for the Highway Patrol, worked there for 10 years in law enforcement, and then began to pursue that higher education of going to a 4-year university. And I was in close proximity to A&T State University. So I was able to do that, fulfill my dream of becoming a teacher, actually never thinking that I could do anything beyond that. I never even saw myself as really fulfilling that dream to be a teacher. And that's one of the things, if I could talk to every child and say, don't pigeonhole yourself by what you think you can do. There are so many opportunities and resources available, and I would encourage them to take advantage of all those opportunities. Once I became a teacher, I had some very significant people in my life who saw things in me at the time that even I didn't see, who encouraged me to go into leadership. That encouragement, you need people to surround yourself with people like that. But again, believing in yourself, being intrinsically motivated, are some of the things I think we need to try to instill in our young people.
Intrinsically motivated to not necessarily giving up on the dream too when it's not in sight, or even if you don't have a dream in sight, just keep searching, keep looking, trying to find the answer to your question and figuring it out. I mean, that's what I'm still not a grown-up, right? I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to do, and following your passions in your heart will get you there a lot faster than if you give up on it.
Absolutely. Perseverance. I encourage everyone, never give up. Not saying that route to where you want to be is going to be easy. I can attest to that it's not. But if you continue, just stay the course, you will get there.
Consistency and hard work, right? Those two pillars, if whatever you evaluate them and then put them towards, it's usually going to end up on the right side.
That is true. We hear a lot about grit. That is so important. And those soft skills are very important, and things that we try to instill in our students here at Rockingham County High School as well.
It's the 12 Days of Education, Day 8 this beautiful Sunday. We'll be giving away a $100 gift card to Biscuitville. To enter, all you have to do is text EDUCATE to 24365 and support the initiatives of the Rockingham County Education Foundation. And let's show you this very simple process of being able to do so. Once you text EDUCATE to 24365, it'll bring you to this phone this page on your mobile device. If you click Donate, it'll give you all the options to which you can donate: the areas of greatest need, College Advising Corps, college campus visits for kids who can't afford it at RCC, trails for schools, and music lessons through the PIC program, Piedmont Instrument Classes for Kids. And you can do that by texting EDUCATE to 24365 as we continue to have a giveaway every single day. Well, Laura, RCC is important to you. You just mentioned it, being able to take classes. How important is it to have that type of vessel in our community to further education?
Oh, it is extremely important. And, one thing special about Rockingham County High School, having that proximity to the college, students are able to start like a certified nursing assistant, continue that at RCC. And I think the important thing is trying to demystify the stigma associated with the community college. I think it's a very important tool that we have right here at our back door.
It's a great resource, whether it's in our backyard or if it's in Chapel Hill. That's the one thing that I look at. When you look at all of the resources available through that vessel, it's unbelievable, whether it's continuing your education as somebody with me that already has a bachelor's degree and just looking to learn something. I mean, can I do some woodworking? Can I learn some electrical? I need to learn those things in life. So there's the continuing education aspect. There's the ability to transfer out to so many different schools after 2 years. If there's an associate's program, I'm sure that RCC has it, that you're interested in all the workforce options as well through RCC. So you're absolutely correct with what RCC has to offer. Now, I got to ask, as somebody that has been a principal at an elementary as well as the high school level, education, evolving the plan of education is something that's so paramount, right? No matter what, you have to come up with the game plans that are going to work for those that are in the certain positions.
Right. And I've also had the opportunity to be at the middle school. So I've seen the entire continuum of K-12. Each school, each level has its own challenges. When I think about during the pandemic and the learning loss of elementary students, we have a lot of learning loss across the continuum, but especially those students who were in kindergarten, those foundational skills. Mm-hmm. I think about the importance of that. At the high school level, those kids are able to bounce back quicker because they've already acquired a lot of those foundation skills and they're just building on them. So the challenges have been very different, but there also have been a lot of commonalities across the spectrum with internet access, lack of participation during that time. And we're all having some of the same challenges, coming back and getting used to interacting with one another, the social and emotional aspect of returning back face to face, So even through K-12, we're still having some common challenges in that area as well.
I would think a commonality is being involved as a parent would help a lot too, as parents out there in always doing everything you can to help your student, whether they are in elementary school and just starting off or they're at the highest of levels. There's always a role for a parent in education, isn't there?
Absolutely. And looking for ways to be involved. There are so many ways that a parent can be involved.
What are some of the things that you're seeing through your high school and through your experiences education-wise that we need to work on here in Rockingham County and that we need to continue to build on? One thing that we've talked with several guests is just the ability to come together as a community and communicate and work together on initiatives.
I agree. And this is such a wonderful place to be in Rockingham County. And even with this school, when I look at the staff, it speaks volume that the majority of the staff, they were former Rockingham County High School students who have returned back to this community. So that speaks volumes about the community in working together and the pride that they have in this community to want to come back and be here.
She's Laura Carter, the principal of Rockingham County High School, joining us here on the 12 Days of Education this Sunday. Mrs. Carter, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. And it was good to talk to you and get to know you a little bit here on the 12 Days of Education. Have a wonderful Sunday.
Thank you. And thank you for all you do. And thank you for having me.
She's Laura Carter, the principal of Rockingham County High School here on the 12 Days of Education. Day 8, as we present you the beautiful initiatives of the Rockingham County Education Foundation, the College Advising Corps, Trails K-12, Piedmont Instrument Classes for Kids, getting kids on campus at RCC, and using the wonderful resources right here in our community that are here because of you and your support. We appreciate it so much, and we thank you for texting EDUCATE to 24365. That's EDUCATE to 24365 and showing your support. We are $2,500 away from our goal. That's it, $2,500 away from our $10,000 goal as we welcome in Executive Director Jenny Edwards. Cougar Pride. Yeah, that was a great interview talking with Mrs. Carter, wasn't it?
It was terrific. I really appreciated what she said about Rockingham Community College and the need to really help students understand that that is a terrific place to go to school. And you can go to the community college and take care of all of those core courses that you would have to do at a university that often have, 100, maybe 200 people. In those classes, you go to the community college, it's much smaller classes, a lot more, interaction with your teacher, or learn a trade. I mean, that was my path too. I went to community college and earned a technical degree and then went to a university later on. So that's a great path to take. I really appreciate her saying that.
Life is about doors that open, right? And going through those doors. The beautiful thing to me about RCC is that door is always open. It never shuts.
Exactly, Joe. That is so true. I mean, I was working as a waitress and I walked into community college and walked up to the desk and I said, I want to go back to school. And they got me from then on. The lady came from around the desk and said, okay, I'm going to help you out. And they will meet you where you are and help you get to where you want to be.
Well, speaking of help, 50 donations to the 12 Days of Education, totaling $7,495 thus far. Community support above reproach. It's just beautiful to see.
Oh, it is. I love Rockingham County. We truly are a network of family-like communities. And people here will step up for the kids in their county, and this is evidence of it. We are so close to our goal because so many people have stepped up to help these kids.
And you can help us text EDUCATE to 24365. That's EDUCATE to 24365. Also, in the comments, you'll find the link if you're on your computer and you don't want to text and you're wondering a little bit about that. Though it is a secured option through DonorBox, you can do it through your computer as well. In the comments section, we have that link available as well for you. Let's go to that golden teapot. What do you say?
All right, that sounds great. I've got it right here, Joe. We had 2 entries since yesterday. Merrill, who was a guest yesterday, he made a very generous donation. And then Mary also made a donation. So I'm going to shake up the teapot. We're going to get right to it. I'm pulling out a name. Let's see who we have here, Joe. Oh, Julie Talbert.
Awesome.
Yeah. She won the $100 gift certificate to Biscuitville.
That's fantastic, and nothing better than a nice home from scratch biscuit to get you through the day, right?
I think
Thank you.
Wouldn't that last you about a year, maybe?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you give it to
Maybe.
Joe Dexter, it might last 2 weeks.
Maybe, yeah.
No.
Julie's name goes back in the pot, just like everyone else who donated. Look, you don't have to donate to get entered. You can email me at jenny@helprockinghamstudents.org, and I'll get you into the pot. We do hope that you find value in the Rockingham County Education Foundation and want to support kids. So we do hope that you'll make a donation, but you don't have to. We'll get you in there with that one.
It's the 12 days of education. Text EDUCATE to 24365. That's EDUCATE to 24365. Well, Jenny, have a beautiful rest of your Sunday, and we'll talk to you tomorrow on the 12 days of education.
Sounds good, Joe.